Ever had an experience that just resets you? Well, buckle up because I've got a story that will make your nose crinkle. Picture this, a passionate night with a beautiful woman. The ambiance is set, the chemistry is palpable, and then doggy style happens. Suddenly the mood changes, the air morphs into something less romantic, something more akin to a sewage treatment plant. I kid you not, it was as if my olfactory senses were hit by a truckload of manure. A wave of stench so potent, so pungent, it could bring a grown man to his knees. You might think I'm exaggerating, but trust me, I wish I were. That encounter was like a factory reset for my attraction. It was as if someone had hit the emergency stop button on my desire. So just like that, from hot and heavy to cold and stinky. You know, it's hard to go from hot and heavy to cold and stinky. I woke up the next day with a sense of dread and a lingering smell. The morning light brought with it a clarity and an awkwardness that was hard to shake off. The memory of the previous night was still fresh, a sensory experience that had left me with a sour taste and a pressing need for a conversation. The day was filled with thoughts of how to approach this delicate matter. The complexity of the situation was not lost on me. A lack of hygiene is one thing, but addressing it without hurting the other person's feelings, well, that's a whole different ballgame. And then there was the joke, the seemingly innocent yet loaded comment about me providing for our future. It was like a cold splash of water, a jolt back to reality. It underscored the urgency of the situation and the necessity of having that conversation sooner rather than later. Sometimes a joke can be a wake-up call, you know? Breaking up is hard to do, especially when you're trying to avoid mentioning the real reason. The conversation was a tightrope walk, a delicate balance between honesty and sensitivity. I wanted to spare her feelings, knowing full well the sting of rejection can be brutal, so I took the blame, a sacrificial lamb of sorts, hoping to cushion the blow. But it's a tricky business, isn't it? Weaving a tale that's plausible yet gentle, a story that would let her down easy without shattering her self-esteem. And so, I found myself resorting to the age-old cliché, the tried and tested, it's not you, it's me, but alas, it didn't go as planned. Her reaction was a whirlwind, a storm of accusations and anger. She was hurt, and understandably so. Breakups are never easy, no matter how much we sugarcoat them. I guess the old "it's not you, it's me" trick isn't foolproof after all. You'd think the drama would end there, right? Well, you'd be wrong. In the days following our breakup, my Instagram inbox was flooded with furious messages from her. She accused me of dating the wrong people to elevate myself, of chasing dysfunction to appear good by comparison. The accusations were like a punch to the gut, leaving me feeling attacked and misunderstood. She even went as far as to claim that she was the best choice for me and that I was foolish for not wanting to be with her. The audacity of it all was enough to make my blood boil. I was tempted to fire back, to tell her the real reason I had ended things, but I bit my tongue. Instead, I left her undelivered. An hour of silence later, she blocked me. In that moment, I realized that engaging with her accusations would only fuel the fire. Sometimes silence is the best response. So, what's the takeaway from all this? Let me tell you, it's essential to understand that hygiene is not just about looking good or feeling fresh. It's about showing respect and consideration for those around you, particularly when you're in an intimate setting like a relationship. And if someone isn't showing that respect to you, it's absolutely within your rights to step back and say, hey, this isn't working for me. We all have our own standards and preferences, and that's okay. It's more than okay. In fact, it's essential. It's what makes us unique. It's what makes our relationships unique, and it's what makes our choices valid, no matter what others may think or say. So don't let anyone make you feel guilty for wanting the best for yourself, even if that means ending a relationship because of a lack of hygiene. Remember, folks, it's okay to have standards, and it's definitely okay to expect your partner to smell better than, well, you know,